third and final story. I did everything I was told to do. I went to school, came to Los Angeles, and I got a beautiful contract working in corporate America, making ridiculous sums of money. Outrageous sums of money. I see some of you smiling. Yes, it is your path. You will be there. You will be there. But something was missing. Something was wrong. I didn't know what. But I was on the fast track. I was on the fast track. Every year, my office was moving up a floor. I even reached the point, and y'all are really going to be impressed with this, I reached the point where I had my own parking space. You can, yes, you can clap for that. Now, not only did I have my own parking space, I had an office window that looked out over the mountains of Pasadena from Los Angeles. Oh, I had a beautiful office. And my mentor, the one who mentored me, he would get to work at 4:30 every morning, and he would leave about 11:30 at night. It was hard for me to keep up with him. But this man had drive. He would tell me what it took to achieve in corporate America. And I listened to him like he was my pastor. Everything he said. If he was going to get to work at 4:30, I was going to try to be there at 4. If he was leaving at 11, I was going to try to leave at midnight. Now here's what happened. There were a lot of things going on in Los Angeles at that time. This was in the 90s. I was also doing a lot of work in my community. My community work was pulling on me because my community needed me. But the corporate world was also pulling on me because I wanted to achieve. I wanted to be successful. There was one Memorial Day weekend that came up. It was one of those 4-day weekends where the office was closed Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Finally a break. Finally a break. So, Thursday we all left. We went home, and it was amazing this weekend because I got to spend it with my family. I got to spend it with my community. I got to free myself from that corporate rat race. We all came back Tuesday. And when we came back Tuesday, I found out that the man who I had seen as a mentor had died Thursday night. His body stayed in his office, fallen over his desk from Thursday night to Tuesday morning when we came back. Why am I telling you this? Because it is up to you to define your success. What your success is. Now, I'm not telling you the corporate ladder is not there for you to climb. For some of you, you are going to make changes in this world that resonate through the corporate ladder. Some of you are going to go the governmental way. Some of you are going to start your own businesses. Some of you are going to be successful in an innumerable number of ways. I know it because you're here. I took what happened to that man and I decided to alter my life's path. Altering that life's path put me in front of you here today. I have never looked back. I have never regretted on turning my back on money. Now, I know that it's cliche to say money will not make you happy. I'm not going to say that. Money will do a lot towards happiness, all right? I don't want you to believe that it won't. But you got to have something inside first. Because whatever you have with you before you have the money is what will be magnified when you have the money. If you have beauty inside of you, while you have nothing, you will be a beautiful human being with money. Are y'all hearing me? I want to close with this. 3 stories. And here's what I'm going to tell you after over 50-something years of living. Never let anyone intimidate you. Fear should not even be a part of your vocabulary. Because if you are here in this room, you are fearless. You did not make it into this room by allowing people to tell you you cannot do something. Raise your hands if you ever had anyone tell you you cannot do something. Raise your hands. High, because I want to be proud. You need to be proud of this. Hands down. Now those people who told you that you could not do something, I want you to smile and think about that right now. Let's enjoy that. Do not let anyone intimidate you. Do not let fear be a factor in your decisions, in your life, in what you choose to do. The second thing is this. Always recognize from that you are growing from within and cater to that voice that is within you. Because that voice that got you here, that inner voice that told you all the right moves to make, will never lie to you. It will never guide you wrong. Do not listen to the external voices that try to tell you they are there to help you. Take advice and counsel, but listen to that inner voice. I'm going to tell you something I already know. Whenever you have chosen to ignore that inner voice, you have felt like kicking yourself and said, oh, I knew better than that. I knew he wasn't worth anything and I went out with him anyway. I knew I should have stayed in and studied for that exam. Raise your hands if you have ever ignored that inner voice and paid for it. All right. The university has been your training ground. Now you know. You walk out of here. Some of you may have fear right now about what lies outside of the university. Do you remember when you first walked on this campus, how huge it was? Do y'all remember? When you first walked on this campus, it was like, wow. Oh. And then after a couple of years, it was like, oh man. This campus got really small, didn't it? So does the world. Your world is only as big as you make it. When I was younger, I never thought that I would be traveling the world. I never thought that I would be doing what I was doing. But the pain that I had in my life propelled me forward. The suffering that none of these other students can even come close to understanding propels you, pushes you, makes you stronger than the rest. I know what I'm talking about. The last thing, the third thing from these three stories. Inside of you are the ideals. You are our promise bequeathed to us. You are a promise that the ideals that this nation stands for will come to fruition. You are the living embodiment of all that this nation stands for. It is you. It is not the wealthy 1%. No. It is not those who are popular in movies. It is not even those who are the leaders of movements. It is you. Just like my mother told me when I was young. You have a responsibility. Do not judge this nation by the people that exist or govern or live in it. Judge it by its principles and how you uphold those principles. Thank you for your time this evening.